There comes a point in life when you begin to notice a painful pattern. You answer every phone call, but when you need someone, the phone stays silent. You make time for everyone else's problems, but when your own heart feels heavy, very few people notice. You celebrate other people's victories while quietly postponing your own dreams. You give your time, your energy, your attention, your patience, your understanding, hoping that one day the same effort will find its way back to you. Sometimes it does, but many times it doesn't. And that's when life teaches you one of its hardest lessons. You cannot build a meaningful future if you spend all your strength carrying people who have no intention of walking beside you.
There's nothing wrong with being generous. There is nothing wrong with being compassionate. There is nothing wrong with helping people. The problem begins when your generosity costs you your peace, when your kindness delays your purpose, when your compassion causes you to neglect your own growth. That is no longer generosity. That is self-neglect disguised as goodness. Think about an airplane before it takes off. Every passenger hears the same instruction. In an emergency, place your own oxygen mask on first before helping someone else. At first, that advice sounds selfish, but it isn't. If you cannot breathe, you cannot help anyone else breathe. If you collapse trying to save everyone, you save no one. Life works the same way.
You cannot continue giving strength if you never allow yourself to become strong. There was once a young teacher who was loved by everyone in her town. Every evening after work, she helped neighbors with their problems. She tutored children for free, listened to everyone's struggles, solved conflicts, and spent her weekends helping anyone who asked. Years passed. One day she became exhausted. She had stopped reading, stopped learning, stopped taking care of her health, and quietly abandoned her own dreams. An elderly woman who had watched her for years gently said, "You spent so much time watering everyone else's garden that you've forgotten your own flowers." That sentence changed her life. Ask yourself honestly, how much time have you invested in your own growth this month? Not in worrying, not in scrolling, not in solving everyone else's problems, in yourself. Because the person you become determines the life you create. Many people believe that focusing on yourself means ignoring others. It doesn't. It means accepting responsibility for the one life you've been given. There is a powerful difference. Selfish people take from everyone. Wise people develop themselves so they have more to give. Never confuse the two. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing they are responsible for everyone's happiness. You're not. You can encourage people. You can support them. You can pray for them. You can love them. But you cannot live their lives for them. Everyone must eventually carry their own responsibility. There was an old blacksmith who trained apprentices for decades. Every new student wanted him to do the difficult work while they watched. Instead, he always handed them the hammer. One frustrated apprentice asked, "Why won't you simply show me?" The blacksmith replied, "I can teach you. I cannot swing the hammer for you." That lesson reaches far beyond the workshop. You can guide people, but you cannot do their growing for them. Stop carrying responsibilities that don't belong to you. Another truth you must understand is that your attention is one of the most valuable resources you possess. Money can be earned again, time cannot. Every hour you spend chasing approval, every hour comparing yourself, every hour trying to convince people to value you, is an hour that could have been invested in becoming someone greater. Protect your attention, because whatever consistently receives your attention eventually shapes your future. Imagine a farmer with only enough water for one field. If he spreads the water everywhere, every crop suffers. If he waters the field that produces the harvest, everyone eventually benefits. Focus creates abundance. Distraction creates exhaustion. One reason many people never become the person they're capable of becoming is because they're far too busy managing everyone else's opinions. They worry about criticism. They worry about disappointing people. They worry about being misunderstood. Meanwhile, years quietly disappear. Remember this, no matter what you choose to do with your life, someone will misunderstand you. Someone will criticize you. someone will doubt you. Do not build your future around avoiding opinions that will exist regardless. Build it around purpose. Purpose gives direction. Opinions only create noise. There was once a violinist preparing for the biggest performance of her career. During rehearsal, she kept stopping every few minutes because people walking past the theater offered different advice. Play faster. No, slower. Smile more. Stand differently. Her instructor finally closed the doors and said, "You cannot perform your masterpiece while listening to everyone outside the room." Life is exactly like that. Close the unnecessary doors. Not every opinion deserves entrance into your thinking. Not every voice deserves influence over your decisions. Choose carefully who has permission to shape your mind. Another habit that transforms your life is learning to become comfortable with solitude. Many people fear being alone, so they stay in unhealthy friendships, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy environments. Not because those places help them grow, because silence feels unfamiliar. But solitude and loneliness are not the same thing. Loneliness is feeling empty. Solitude is making room for growth. Some of the greatest decisions you'll ever make will happen in quiet moments when nobody else is speaking loudly enough to drown out your own thoughts. There was an elderly author who wrote books that inspired millions of people. A young writer once asked him where his best ideas came from. He smiled and said, "The world gave me information. Silence gave me understanding." Spend time with your own thoughts. Read, reflect, pray, learn, think deeply, because a distracted mind rarely discovers its true purpose. Another thing I've learned is that people often confuse busyness with progress. Being busy isn't the goal. Being effective is. You can spend 12 hours solving problems that don't truly belong to you while making no progress toward your own future. Those two activity without direction eventually becomes frustration. Focus turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The sun warms the earth every day, but when sunlight is focused through a single lens, it becomes powerful enough to start a fire. Your attention works the same way. Scattered effort produces scattered results. Focused effort changes lives. Stop trying to become everything for everyone. Become the person you were created to become. And you'll be surprised how many lives improve simply because you finally decided to grow with that decision is not selfish. It is responsible. Because your future family deserves your best. Your future opportunities deserve your best. Your purpose deserves your best. And none of those things can receive your best if you're costas so full. Already given every piece of yourself away. And when you finally make that decision, something inside you begins to change. You stop waking up wondering who will appreciate you today. You stop measuring your value by how many people call you, praise you, or depend on you. You begin understanding that your worth was never determined by other people's opinions. Your value was never supposed to rise and fall with someone else's approval. The strongest people are not those who are needed by everyone. They are the people who know exactly who they are, where they are going, and refuse to lose themselves trying to be everything for everybody. There was once an elderly gardener who planted 2 fruit trees on the same day. Every morning he watered the first tree carefully. The second tree he almost ignored because everyone passing by kept asking him to water their gardens instead. Months later, the first tree was healthy, full of strong branches and fresh fruit. The second tree struggled to survive. A young boy asked him, "Why didn't the second tree grow the same way?" The gardener quietly replied, "You cannot neglect your own roots and expect a strong harvest." That is exactly what many people are doing with their lives. They keep watering everyone else's dreams, everyone else's goals, everyone else's expectations. Their own purpose slowly dries up. Never forget this. The person responsible for your future wakes up every morning and looks back at you from the mirror. Not your friends, not your family, not society. You. The moment you accept responsibility for your own life, excuses begin losing their power. Another lesson life teaches is that attention is expensive. Every conversation costs attention. Every worry costs attention. Every unnecessary argument costs attention. Every distraction costs attention. The question is not whether you're spending your attention. The question is whether you're investing it wisely. Imagine someone giving you $86,400 every morning with one condition. Whatever you don't use disappears before midnight. Would you waste it? Probably not. Yet every single day you receive something even more valuable. 86,400 seconds. Once they're gone, they never return. Spend them on what builds your future, not what steals it. One of the greatest habits successful people develop is learning to protect their mornings. They don't begin every day reacting to other people's demands. They begin by strengthening themselves, reading, learning, planning, praying, training, thinking, because they understand something powerful. If the world controls your first hour, it often controls your entire day. Win your morning, and you'll often win the day. There was a violin maker whose instruments became famous throughout the country. Visitors often asked why each violin sounded different from the others. He answered, "Because I never rushed the tuning." That answer contains tremendous wisdom. Many people are trying to perform in life without first tuning themselves. They rush into relationships without understanding themselves. They chase opportunities without preparing themselves. They seek influence without developing character. Before asking life for more, prepare yourself for more. Another trap you must avoid is comparison. Comparison quietly destroys gratitude. It convinces you that your progress isn't visible, simply because someone else appears to be moving faster. Remember this, you rarely see the full story. You see highlights, not hardships, victories, not sacrifices, results, not preparation. Stop measuring your journey against someone else's timeline. Your purpose has its own pace. Trust it. One thing I've noticed about emotionally strong people is that they become selective with where they place their energy. Not because they don't care, because they understand energy is limited. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones. Every unnecessary worry adds another stone. Every unhealthy relationship adds another stone. Every attempt to please everyone adds another stone. Eventually you are exhausted. Not because life became impossible, because you've been carrying things that were never yours. Put the stones down. Release unnecessary guilt. Release impossible expectations. Release the need to explain yourself to everyone. Walk lighter. You'll travel farther. Another lesson worth remembering is that discipline creates freedom. At first, discipline feels restrictive. Waking up early, reading instead of scrolling, saving money instead of spending it, exercising when you don't feel like it. But over time, those habits create choices. Health gives freedom. Knowledge gives freedom. Financial wisdom gives freedom. Character gives freedom. Temporary comfort often creates permanent limitations. Temporary discipline creates lasting opportunity. Choose wisely. There was an old sailor who spent decades crossing dangerous oceans. Someone once asked him, "What is the greatest danger at sea?" They expected him to mention storms or giant waves. Instead, he answered, "A slow leak that nobody notices." Life is full of slow leaks. 5 minutes wasted become hours. Hours become weeks. Weeks become years. Tiny compromises become habits. Small distractions become lost opportunities. Protect yourself from the slow leaks, because they quietly determine your future. I've also learned that confidence grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. Every morning you wake up when you said you would, confidence grows. Every workout you finish, confidence grows. Every chapter you complete, confidence grows. Every difficult conversation you face honestly, confidence grows. Confidence isn't built through motivation alone. It is built through evidence. You begin believing in yourself because you've repeatedly proven you can trust yourself. That kind of confidence cannot be taken away by criticism, because it wasn't built by compliments. It was built by consistency. There will be people who misunderstand your decision to focus on yourself. Some will call you distant. Some will call you selfish. Some will accuse you of changing. Smile. You have changed. You're no longer abandoning your future to satisfy temporary expectations.
You're no longer sacrificing your peace to avoid disappointing people. You're no longer confusing exhaustion with kindness. Growth often looks unfamiliar to people who benefited from the old version of you. Don't let their discomfort become your direction. Continue growing, continue learning, continue protecting your peace, because your purpose deserves your best attention. There is another truth that many people discover too late. No one is coming to rescue your dreams. No one will wake up every morning more committed to your future than you are. No one will exercise for you, read for you, pray for you, think for you, build your discipline for you. Those responsibilities belong to you alone, and that should not discourage you. It should empower you, because if your future depends on your daily decisions, then every sunrise gives you another opportunity to change your life. One decision, one habit, one disciplined day at a time. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. The future version of you isn't asking why life was difficult. That version is asking one question. Did you become the person you were capable of becoming? Answer that question every single day, not with excuses, with action. Read one more chapter, learn one more skill, take one more step, honor one more promise, protect one more hour of focused work. Little by little, those ordinary actions begin creating an extraordinary life. So beginning today, make yourself a promise. Stop giving so much of yourself away that nothing remains for your own future. Help people when you can. Love people sincerely. Serve people with humility. But never abandon your own purpose in the process. Water your own garden. Strengthen your own mind. Develop your own character. Build your own future. Because when you become stronger, your family benefits. Your community benefits. Your purpose benefits. The world doesn't need another exhausted person trying to please everyone. It needs people who are disciplined, emotionally healthy, focused, and strong enough to fulfill the purpose they were created for. So protect your time, protect your peace, protect your focus. Let your actions speak louder than your explanations. Let your discipline become louder than your excuses. And let your growth become the proof that the greatest investment you ever made was not in trying through to become everything for everyone, but in becoming the very best version of yourself. Because when you focus on yourself, guard your purpose, and stop giving away the pieces of your life that belong to your future, you'll discover something remarkable. You won't lose what truly matters. You'll finally become the person who is capable of building everything that does.